Oh, I'm live. Wonderful. Let me just find the stream on my phone to make sure that the audio isn't homosexual. Oh boy. Um. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me just find the stream on. Okay, right, yeah. That's great. It's fantastic. Wow. It's time to stream the entire goddamn Bible. This is a great idea. What could possibly go wrong? What I have to lose? Only my sanity, after all. Um. Oh, what are you going to experience? Hell and depictions of hell. This was. Oh, why am I doing this? I, I wonder what Google will give me. I should have looked for. What if I type in the entire goddamn Bible? Oh, it's actually a thing. Okay. Well, maybe if I take like Godamn, it'll actually give me a digital Bible. The Holy Bible. Oh no, they won't. Oh no. Okay, I think I have viruses now. Maybe not. Oh, oh no. Oh dear, this is a mistake. Right, the Bible. Contents. Wow, I'm so glad there's a contents page for this digital Bible. Oh boy. This website is not remotely secure, and I'm 90% sure I have all of the viruses now. The Book of Genesis, Chapter 1. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And the earth was void and empty, the darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved over the waters. And God said, Be light made! And light was made. And God saw the light, that it was good, and he divided the light from the darkness. And he called the light day, and the darkness night, and there was evening and morning one day. And God said, Let there be firmament made amidst the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made a firmament, and divided the waters that were under the firmament from those who were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and morning were the second day. God also said, Let the waters that are under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And so it was done. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called the seas. And God saw that it was good. If anyone's wondering, this isn't gonna be, this is gonna be hour-long streams. Oh no. Where was I? And he said, Let the earth bring forth green herbs, and such as may seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, which may have seed itself upon the earth. And it was so done. And the earth brought forth the green herb, and such as yieldeth seed according to its kind, and the tree that beareth fruit, having seed each one according to his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, Let there be lights made in the firmament of heaven, to divide the day and the night, and let there be signs, and for seasons, and for days and years, to shine in the firmament of heaven, and to give light upon the earth. And so it was done. And God made two great lights, a greater light to rule the day, and a lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. And he set them in the firmament of heaven to shine upon the earth, and to rule the day and the night, and to divide the light and the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. God also said, Let the waters bring forth the creeping creature having life, and the fowl that it may fly over the earth under the firmament of heaven. And God created the great whales, and every living and moving creature which the waters brought forth, according to their kinds, and every winged oil according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And he blessed them, saying, Increase and multiply, and fill the waters of the sea. Let the birds be multiplied upon the earth. And the evening and morning were the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creatures in its kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth, according to their kinds. And it was so done. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and cattle, and everything that creepeth on the earth after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And he said, Let us make man to our image and likeness, and let him have dominion over the fishes of the sea, and the fowls of the air, and the beasts, and the whole earth, and every creeping creature that moveth upon the earth. And God created man to his own image. To the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. And God blessed them, saying, Increase and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and rule over the fishes of the sea, and the fowls of the air, and all living creatures that move upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed upon the earth, and all trees that have themselves seed of their own kind, to be your meat. And to all beasts of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to all that move upon the earth, and wherein there is life, that they may have to feed upon. And it was so done. And God saw all the things that he had made, and that they were good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Chapter 2. For the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the furniture of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. And he blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all the work which God created and made. These are the generations of heavens and the earth, when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the heaven and the earth. And every plant of the field before it sprung up in the earth, and every herb of the ground before it grew. For the Lord God had not rained upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the earth. But a spring rose of the earth, watering all the surface of the earth. And the Lord God formed man of the slime of the earth, and breathed into its face the breath of life. And man became a living soul. And the Lord God had planted a paradise of pleasure from the beginning, wherein he placed the man whom he had formed. And the Lord God and the Lord God brought forth of the ground all manners of trees, fair to behold, and pleasant to eat of, the tree of life also in the midst of paradise, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out from the place of pleasure to water paradise, from which thence it divided into four heads. The name of one is Phison, oh no, what have I done? The name of the one is Phison, that it which compasseth all the lands of Hevelath, where gold groweth, and the gold of that land is very good. There is found bdellium and the onyx stone. Oh dear. All the complicated, big, fancy words are happening now, and I don't like them. Oh dear. I don't like the fancy words. I'm looking at the stream, and it's kind of everything is to the right. I wonder if I can change that somehow. Oh dear. I should not have moved the scroll. Such a big book that if you move the scroll whatsoever, you end up going like 100 pages. And the name of the second river is Gihon, the same as it is compasseth all over all the land of Ethiopia. Can I just like... I should probably zoom out more for the stream. Hang on, just give me a second. And the name of the third king of the third river is Tigris, the same passeth along by the Azarians, and the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took man, and put him into the paradise of pleasure, to dress it, and to keep it. And he commanded him, saying, Of every tree of paradise thou shalt eat, but of the tree of knowledge, of good and of evil, thou shalt not eat. For in whatsoever thou shalt eat it, thou shalt die the death. And the Lord God said, It is not good for man to be alone. Let us make him help like unto himself. A help like unto himself. And the Lord God, having formed out of the ground all the beasts of the earth, and of the fowls of the air, brought them to Adam, to see what he would call them. For whatsoever Adam called any living creature, the same is its name. And Adam called all the beasts by their names, and all the fowls of the air, and all the cattle of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper like himself. Then the Lord God cast a deep sleep unto Adam, and when he was fast asleep, he took one of his ribs, and filled up flesh for it. And the Lord God built the rib which he took from Adam into a woman, and brought her to Adam. And Adam said, This now is bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of a man. Wherefore a man shall leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall be two in flesh. And they were both naked, to wit, Adam and his wife, and were not ashamed. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any of the beasts of the earth which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, Why hath God commanded you that you should not eat of every tree of paradise? And the woman answered him, saying, Of the fruit of the trees that are in paradise we do eat, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of paradise God hath commanded us that we do not eat, and that we do not touch it, lest perhaps we die. And the serpent said to the woman, No, you shall not die the death. For God doth not know in what day soever you shall eat thereof, your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good as evil and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good to eat, and fair to the eyes, and delightful to behold. Then she took the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave it to her husband, who did eat. And the eyes of both of them were opened. And when they perceived themselves to be naked, they sewed together fig leaves, and made themselves aprons. And when they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in paradise at the afternoon hour, Adam and his wife hid themselves from the face of the Lord God amidst the tree of paradise. And when the Lord God called to Adam, and said to him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in paradise, and I was afraid, because I was naked, I hid myself. And he said to him, Who hath told thee that thou wast naked, that thou hast eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldst not eat? And Adam said, The woman whom thou gavest to me, who thou gavest to me to be my companion, gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And Lord God said to the woman, Why hast thou done this? And she answered, The serpent deceived me, and I did eat. I have to zoom out more. And the Lord God said to the serpent, Because thou hast done this thing, thou art cursed among all cattle and beasts of the earth. Upon thy breast shalt thou go, and the earth shalt thou eat all days of thy life. Oh, hang on. I want to see if this is more convenient. Just gotta wait for the stream to update. Ooh, just gotta wait for the stream to update. Ooh.
Why are you going to show me right? It's not.
Oh yeah, I'll be using it for quite a while.
What do you mean quite a while? How long for a while?
I don't know, like another hour.
Right. 10 o'clock, I'm taking it, alright?
Alright. Wonder if I can scroll sideways. No. This is quite inconvenient. Quite inconvenient indeed. And the Lord God said to the serpent, Oh wait, no. I will put enmities between thee and the woman, and thy seed and her seed. She shall curse thy head, and thou shalt lie in wait for her heel. And to the woman also he said, I will multiply thy sorrows and thy conceptions. In sorrow shalt thou bring forth children, and thou shalt be under thy husband's power, and he shall have dominion over thee. And that, children, is how sexism happened. And to Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened to the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree, whereof I commanded thee, that thou should not eat. Cursed is the earth in thy work. With labour and toil shalt thou eat thereof all of the days of thy life. Thorns and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the earth. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return to the earth of which thou wast taken. For dust thou art, and into dust thou shalt return. And Adam was called the name of his wife, Eve, because she was the mother of all living. And the Lord God made for Adam and his wife garments of skins, and clothed them. And he said, Behold, Adam is become as one of us, knowing good and evil. Now therefore, lest perhaps he put forth his hand, and take also from the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. If I could just scroll sideways, that would be wonderful. But no, I can't. And the Lord God sent him out of the paradise of pleasure, to till the earth from which he was taken. And he cast out Adam, and placed before the paradise of pleasure cherubims, and a flaming sword, turning every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. And Adam knew Eve, his wife. Chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, who conceived and brought forth Cain, saying, I have gotten a man through God. And again she brought forth his brother Abel. And Abel was a shepherd, and Cain a husbandman. And it came to pass after many days that Cain offered of the fruits of the earth gifts to the Lord. Abel also offered the firstlings of his flock, and of their fat, and the Lord had respect to Abel and to his offerings. But to Cain and his offerings he had no respect, and Cain was exceedingly angry, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said to him, Why art thou angry? Why is thy countenance fallen? If thou do well, shalt thou not receive? But if ill, thou shalt not sin forthwith be present at thy door. But the lust thereof shall be under thee, and thou shalt have dominion over it. And Cain said to Abel his brother, Let us go forth abroad. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel, and slew him. And the Lord said to Cain, Where is thy brother Abel? And he answered, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said to him, What hast thou done?